Yeah, this question is for Rob from Tryon. So I've heard a little bit about Defiance, but I've never actually seen anything from the game. What's it going to look like? When are you going to show it off finally?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that actually. We've shown the game at E3 and Gamescom to the press and a few select other people, but we decided today to actually show for the first time to you guys and the first time the public has actually seen any gameplay. And so we actually have a trailer that you guys can check out.
Like right now. Trailer time, folks. First ever footage of Defiance.
That was so staged. That was so staged. Wow. Yeah, you guys. Yeah. You have a plan to try to lead off. Okay, that's good. That's good. Question is, will there be go back?
Can I actually play one of those aliens that rips people apart?
Amen.
I can't say anything about it.
Okay. I hope.
That's a yes.
The next side, please.
Amen.
Probably a good segue from that trailer. So quite a few years ago, Planet Sci 1 came out, and
Yeah.
there's an MMO FPS or MMO shooter, and that was kind of new. And since then, we hadn't really seen anything like that. And now this year and the last year, it seems like everything is an MMO shooter. World of Tanks, Dust 514, Planet Side 2 again, Defiance right there. So I'm curious, kind of what made the industry jump towards MMO shooters suddenly and with so many developers?
We got the right guy to
Let's
help
speak
answer
back,
that.
KB. You know it's not.
Yeah, one of the big things that I think it is going back to the first answer that I gave. I feel like we're at a turning point in terms of games focusing more on gameplay. I really feel like MMO games kind of have a couple promises to players, and one of those is to create a great community, and the other one is to create great competition. And I feel like MMO games in general have done a pretty good job of creating a good community, and I think they've done a pretty poor job of creating good competition. And making a truly competitive online experience, I mean, a shooter's a no-brainer for that. That's a really good way to create a competitive game. I mean, you guys actually have a couple games that are coming out that are more competitive-oriented, right? I mean, you have, End of Nations also is another one.
Yeah, End of Nations is a really competitive game. The thing for us, though, was, I mean, there's obviously a huge shooter market out there, and you definitely want to tap a big market, but a little different from Planet Side is we're really player versus environment focused. So, again, building that community, but not necessarily in the competition sense, but more in the let's go out together and go on missions and solve all these problems and fight together and build that community that way.
You know, just to answer your question, since we don't have a shooter MMO coming out as a gamer, the answer is you guys. You guys, if you haven't figured this out yet, the change in the business model is almost completely turning everything on its ear. You guys, moving into the free-to-play space, from the microtransaction space, we're getting into a place where, unlike any time before us, you guys will dictate everything that we do in the market. When you're talking about big budget games of 50, 70, $100 million going free to play, that's a huge bet to make if you don't believe that there's revenue on the other side. So you guys are going to determine and drive the MMO space far more than you ever have in the past, which I think is an awesome thing.
Yeah, this want to say too, you know, MMOs are about creating a world that you interact with, and there are a lot more ways to interact than just RPG. So shooters are just, in RTS stuff too, it's just another way to create new types of interactions and new ways for people to experience like interacting in a world. Like there are things that shooters do that we're doing in our game. There are things that shooters do that they're obviously doing in PlanetSide since it is a shooter. You know, it's just about creating interactions for players, and there are a lot of interactions outside of just what we've seen before. So. All right, very good. Next question.
First, I just wanted to thank Kurt for 2000.